Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming with a drugstore palette. So this is the L.A Girl Festie Bestie palette. So if you guys want to see some swatches, see an eye look, hear my first impression thoughts on this palette, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I like to test out a lot of new makeup releases. We also talk about new makeup releases every Monday here on my channel. I have a monthly haul video that I post every month, and there's just a lot of good stuff. So if you haven't subscribed yet, highly recommend doing so. Turn on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so here is the palette. This is basically like a launch for festival season. I don't know. They did one last year and I have that one with me as well. It's called Main Stage. So I just wanted to compare these two. I only buy the colorful ones. They do neutral palettes like this as well. And L.A Girl has really gotten a lot of praise for this palette format that they do because the palettes are really pigmented and beautiful. So I was very excited to see they did another one with a little bit more color in it than most drugstore type palettes. So I did go ahead and swatch this and I have some close-ups, so let's go ahead and get into that right now. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the swatches and the close-ups. I thought this palette swatched really nicely, so I'm very curious to see how it actually performs on the eyes. I had a really good experience with the Main Stage palette, which is why I bought this one, and I feel like I'm automatically drawn to this side of the palette, so we'll see. I am going out to dinner tonight, so I kind of want to wear the fun, colorful eyeshadows. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to grab this Lunar Beauty number 5 brush, and I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Love and Life. It's like a pretty lime green kind of shade, so let's see how this does. There's a really big mirror in this palette, which is nice if you like to use the mirror in your eyeshadow palette to do your makeup. This green shade is definitely kind of on the lighter side, especially with my skin tone. It's really hard for me to get shades like this to pop unless I like pack them on like this, or I can try and use a white base. Okay, I'm going to go into the blue shade down here. These shadows are giving me a ton of fallout. I'm not loving that. Okay, so the matte shadows are not my favorite. Let's see how the shimmers do. I want to go in with these 3 shades, so I think I'm going to start off with this blue shade. And I'm going to grab this Rephr 02 brush and start off with the blue. It looks like a very chunky metallic shade, so I'm going to nicely spray it because I don't want it to get everywhere. That shade of blue is so intense. I'm sure you guys can probably see it from over there. Next, I want to go into this shade, which is the darkest, like blue-green shimmer. And I'm going to spray my brush. Then I just need to grab a clean little flat brush. I'm going to use this LBE7 Lunar Beauty. And I'm going to go into that seafoam kind of color. Give it a nice spray. And we're going to put that on the inner corner. Okay, I'm going to use this fresh shade from L.A Girl for the waterline. And I've got this pencil brush from Rephr, so I'm going to go into that seafoam shade that I used on the inner corner because I don't like that matte shade, so I'm going to use this in the waterline, which usually I use a matte. Okay, next I'm going to go into the blue. Give it a little spray. I'm just going to put that kind of in the center. And then I'm going to take the dark matte shade and I'm just going to blend the top and the bottom. Oh my god, the mattes are so Fallout City for me. I feel like I'm going to have to redo my makeup for dinner because this is not up to KARENHARRIS makeup standards. The eye look is done, so I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup and I will be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, so here is the completed look. I'm channeling a 90s hairstyle. I don't know if this was popular when you guys were growing up, but I remember people would like do the half ponytail, twist their hair, and then use a claw clip, and then they would like fluff their hair like this, or you could do it with like a full ponytail, and then you would have your hair cover the clip. It was a whole thing. I'll try and insert a picture just so you guys can see what the back of it's supposed to look like. I want to call this I Hate This Makeup, and I was too lazy to do my hairstyle, so hopefully you guys understand. Anyway, let's talk about what's on my face really quick, and then we'll talk about this eyeshadow palette. So for foundation, I'm testing out the Makeup Forever. This is the new HD Skin Undetectable Stay True foundation. I have the shade 3N48. I've already filmed my first impressions with this foundation, and honestly I did pick the shade out online, and then my husband picked it up for me in store. It's called Cinnamon, I believe, and it's basically a tan shade with neutral undertones, which is usually what I like to go for, but I believe this foundation oxidizes because it's pretty dark, and I don't feel like the undertone is neutral. I feel like it definitely has like a more orange peachy hue to it, and I'm not really loving it. It's also full coverage, which I don't mind that, but I don't feel like this foundation is undetectable. I feel like you can definitely tell I'm wearing foundation, so I'm still gonna keep trying it, but so far it's not a love for me. I'm comparing every new foundation that's launching that I'm trying to the NARS foundation that just launched that I've been wearing a ton. So far nothing's really beaten that one yet. I will keep you posted though. Then for concealer, I have on the LYS concealer. I have on the Patrick Ta blush. This is in the new shade called She's Blushing. I really like this color. It's like the perfect neutral, great, like everyday shade. Lipstick is the new one from Makeup by Mario. I really don't like this either. It has kind of like a minty, mentholy feel to it. I don't know where I put it. Now I'm like looking for it. I have no idea where it is, but it's the shade, I think it's called like Mocha Latte, and I just don't like this lipstick that much. I have much nicer soft matte liquid lipstick, so this one is a pass for me as well. Bronzer and cream bronzer I have on the Rare Beauty and the Charlotte Tilbury. And then for highlighter, I'm just wearing this Bridgerton highlighter. I did go like super heavy with it though, because I wanted to see if I could like build it up and see how much glow I could get out of it. So those are kind of the other makeup things on my face, but the big things I'm testing out are this like Makeup Forever foundation because it's really quite new, and the Makeup by Mario lip product. So now that we've talked about everything on my face, let's go ahead and talk about the supposed star of the show, the Festie Bestie. I don't remember too much about this palette when I originally used it, but I remember thinking that this was a good palette. I ended up picking this one up for $11 on Ulta because it was on sale when it originally launched, but I think regularly it retails for about $15 or $16, which is around the price of the Wilderness palette from Beauty Bay. And if you guys haven't seen my 2021 eyeshadow palette ranking video, I did rank that palette very high. I mean, spoiler alert, that was my #1 palette of 2021. So I feel like if Beauty Bay can do a palette like that, then I don't really have any room to make excuses for this LA Girl palette, because I would probably say something like, oh, well, for the price, that's a really nice palette, but it's like, is that even like a real argument anymore? Because there's so many affordable brands that make good eyeshadow palettes. So yeah, I just don't have time for drugstore palettes that are poor quality. I will say the metallics are fantastic, but the mattes just don't hold up, and ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. I don't have time. You don't have time. So yeah, that palette was a fail for me. But I'm making progress. I'm trying to use all these palettes that I've bought for review purposes and haven't posted a video about. So I'm making it my mission to not do that. First of all, not to just buy palettes and accumulate them. And also, if I have bought a palette and I haven't used it yet. I'm working on using it, so that's what we're doing. I hope you enjoyed this quick little review video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you pick this palette up? Are you thinking about picking it up? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section. You know I love chatting to you down there. And I will see you in a new video very, very soon. Bye, guys!